Christy here. I luckily got to do some scrapping on Sunday, Mother's Day, but I didn't really get to participate in any of the international scrapbooking events, sadly. We had family in town, but back at it again. And so this layout here is from March 28th to April 3rd. And I went with a lot of blues and greens, mostly because there seemed to be a lot of blue toned photos in this spread, and it's just kind of how it worked out. When I went to choose my cards. So here I'm cutting down, I cut down a 4x6 card from Studio Calico, and I made it into a 3x4. And then the part of the card that I wasn't planning on using had a gray tag, so I just layered that on top of the yellow because again I'm going with blues and greens and then a little bit of gray, so the yellow just was not gonna work at all. So I just popped that up on some foam tape, and I really like the way that turned out, and I'm glad that I remembered that I had planned on doing that when I picked these cards like weeks and weeks ago. So now that that is done, and that was pretty much like the one thing that I knew that I wanted to do, I am tackling this title card. So it is, I believe, from Studio Calico, and it's just a really nice soft blue, and it has this really subtle kind of pattern on it, but it also has that white kind of title, space for the title. And I don't typically put my dates in that little spot. So I usually just like cover them up and make a cluster, and so that's what I'm doing now. I did go through my stash initially and pick out a bunch of green and gray and blue embellishments. I didn't take out a ton, mostly because a lot of them just wouldn't work, the green wasn't right or whatever. So in that, I found this little piece, this little die cut piece that that was initially a postcard, and I just used some of those Amy Tangerine stickers just to cover it up. So now it has the darker blue, which you will see. You'll see a lot of darker blue kind of on the right hand side of the layout, but wanted to bring it in as well to the to this side, and so I just covered up the word postcard with this sticker that says family, and then I used this other sticker that has like all the colors to act kind of as a place for the date to sit. And it was at about this point that I realized that this wasn't entirely this week didn't fall entirely in March, and that I kind of had to reassess the placement of my title because it was March and April, which definitely takes up way more room than I was planning on. But I just shift up the alphas a little bit and it works out. So I'm using these gray chipboard thickers that I've had in my stash forever. I have no idea where they're from. They're probably from Michael's, would be my guess. But yeah, just a really nice gray, just to bring that in as well. There's a little bit of gray in the tag card and then on the opposite side of the layout. And some of the cards are a little bit off-white as well, which sometimes I struggle with using if it's paired with like a lot of white. So I wanted to bring in some gray and kind of off-white tones as well. In searching through my embellishments, I found this kind of wood veneer bird that was like the perfect shade of blue, and I think his eye might even be green, so it worked out perfectly. So I add him on there as well, and then have another wood veneer piece on the right hand side of the layout. Again, I'm not sure where those would be from. I've had them forever and just never really gotten around to using them because a lot of the other items in the pack are like raindrops, and they're really kind of juvenile looking, I guess, and so that's not usually how I roll. But yeah, I really liked this bird, and I really liked the piece that I used on the other side. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the title card. I brought out some enamel dots and then these Kaisercraft rhinestones, and I decided to go with the rhinestones kind of as an homage to Kayla and Sarah, who are also on the Scrappery design team. So, yeah, just they use the Kaisercraft jewels and rhinestones quite often in their scrapbooking projects and project life layouts. So, decided to bring those in again, being in my stash for quite some time. And I really like the addition of the green and the sparkle. I think it really adds to the layout. So I just added a bit of a die cut there that says "Hey there." This week my friend had her baby girl, and so this is her husband holding Isabella, and so I just added "Hey there" and then a little tiny word sticker from Studio Calico that says "Starry Eyed" because he looks pretty proud. So yeah, that was how she told me that she had finally had the baby, because she was quite overdue. Used some Dear Lizzie alphas to spell out paint, and then used another tiny word sticker that says "Working Hard." And this week was the week where I was on spring break, and so it was a week where we got a lot done, but not quite as much as I would have liked. I kind of lost my steam about partway through the week. I did get a lot of project life done during this week, though, but I had big plans to do stuff at home, and one of the things was to paint Nora's new room, so that's my hand covered in paint. Yeah, and then the rest of the photos are just Nora and I went to Home Depot, and Nora got her first real haircut. The bottom two 4x6s are in the car. We went to the mall, and I finally hit 100,000 kilometers on my car, which is saying something because I've had it for almost 8 years, and yeah, I mean Aaron drives us around. Like if we go on long road trips and stuff, he'll drive. But yeah. So anyway, luckily somebody else was in the car. Aaron was in the passenger seat on this day, and because I was just kind of waiting for it to happen, and I was worried that I would be the one. Well, to have to take the photo, I guess, while driving, which would not be good. So, yeah, we're driving down the highway, and Aaron captured the 100,000 on my odometer. So, is that what it's called? I don't know. I thought I sounded smart there. Pretty sure it's some technical term like that, but yeah. Just used a couple miscellaneous bits from my stash to embellish that bottom card there, or that bottom photo of Nora in the car. And then I decide that I need some journaling of this photo, just like introducing Isabella and the date and all that stuff. That kind of stuff's important, so I wanted to do that. Not a lot of journaling otherwise on this layout, aside from those little tickets that I've used previously on a layout. And again, they were like the perfect blue, and I really liked kind of the sentiments that they had on the tickets. So, yeah, I don't add a lot of journaling. Come to think of it, I probably should have added another journaling label to the right hand side of the layout, but did not do that, but that's okay. So yeah, like I said, I'm just journaling now about what we did that week, and so like painting, going to Home Depot, 3 coats of paint for this room, which was ridiculous, you know, and being not super pregnant, but being quite pregnant at this stage, it was not really a good time. I can handle 2 coats of paint, but once it got to 3 coats, no. I had to bring in Aaron to help me. Just wanted to bring in some more of the darker blue now. So there was this one sticker, but there was only one of them, and it wasn't quite big enough. just to add something to this label. So I end up using this tiny heart punch that I think I probably got from the dollar store, and just punching this back kind of almost cardstock piece at the back of the sticker book, just to bring in some more blue. And that was the left hand side. It was pretty much done, and we'll see it again at the end. But here we are on to the right hand side. So I think initially it was probably this card in the bottom right hand corner that helped me pick my color scheme. So it had the light blue and the green, and then just kind of went from there. So here's the other wood veneer piece that I end up going with, the hexagon. You do see the butterfly there as well, which I could have used, but I thought it would just kind of eat up too much of my journaling card, so I decided not to go with that. That limited edition die cut piece I got from my friend Tara. I want to say it's probably just like punched out of Gossamer Blue card or something, because I'm pretty sure I've seen it before, but yeah, I just recently got some goodies from her, and it worked perfectly with this layout. Using the thickers again just to write out spring break. I would have loved for it all to fit on the top row there, but it doesn't. And on the side in the blue, it just says, "That's how I roll," which thinking of the journaling is actually perfect, because on the journaling I just talk about how my week started off super productive. I got a ton of stuff done, and then it just kind of all went downhill. I decided working on Project Life was way more important than tackling house stuff and the cleaning and the organizing and all that. So I did end up taking quite a lot of time for myself this week. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So I just had this baker's twine. Unfortunately, I only had a little piece, so I was only able to incorporate it on this one little tag. I would have liked to use it on the opposite side of the spread as well, but I'll get over it. And just kind of layer things up. This tag is from the Atwell collection from, oh gosh, Fancy Pants, I want to say. The package is like right off camera, so I can't see it. But yeah, I just got those recently from Paper Issues, and again, the blue worked perfectly, so just do a bit of a cluster, add some more rhinestones, and that card is pretty much done. I really like how that turned out, and I was happy that I was able to incorporate all the colors and the rhinestones, and that, especially that wood veneer piece too. So bringing in another ticket. This one says drinking. This week I went to the medical lab or clinic or whatever to do my gestational diabetes test. So I got to sit there for over an hour, chug down this nasty orange drink in 5 minutes, and then wait. So brought my book, which also brings in a lot of the darker blues, and the ticket just says drinking, so I thought that was pretty perfect. And I do add this tiny word sticker that says meh, but decide to remove it a little bit later. Yeah, so that's that card. I just add some journaling. I don't do too much. The top photo there of my daughter at the park, I had this sticker that said, "You are pretty sweet," and just end up doing a bit of a cluster. I use another chipboard piece and a sticker from the sticker book, and eventually add a tiny word sticker as well, along with some rhinestones. And so I just kind of try and bring in all the colors to that side, or sorry, to that photo, just to kind of balance. And I'm trying to resist the urge to like embellish all the things, so and also I've been finding that I haven't really been paying attention to like where I'm placing my embellishment clusters. So I mean, a lot of it's based on the photo, but I try not to have like, especially in that 3x4 row, I try not to have like all of the embellishments in the top portion of the photo. I try to have it like some in the top, some at the bottom, maybe even at the side, but I feel in this layout I gravitated to the top a lot, so I just use this scrap piece of that label card and trim out the green. And then I had this 2x2 Gossamer Blue card that I trimmed down to kind of look like a label, or a tag, I should say. And then I had this Wander flare that's from Studio Calico that I've had for quite a while. Add some more of these Dear Lizzie alphas, and I was going to add this one tiny word sticker. I can't remember what it says now, but now I'm going to add instead the word concentrate, and that one's pretty much done. Yeah, not a ton of embellishing on this layout, which is totally fine. I want to kind of stick with that throughout my album, but still be true to what I enjoy doing. So I enjoy making clusters of embellishments, and I don't want to keep it like super simple, but what I would say about this layout is that there's not a lot of like white space, which I've been really trying to do as well. I think it's because there's a lot of the kind of off-white and the grays, so that's okay too. I bring in some more of these little hearts in the navy or the kind of darker blue, and just add those over here, and some more rhinestones, and we're getting close to done. I just need to do like a ton of journaling on that ticket and on this journaling card. I am trying again this year to make sure that I have at least one card that is mostly journaling about the week. I found that as labeling, like using a lot of labels last year and in Nora's album, but they didn't really like tell the story or show like a complete picture of our week. And so in having like one card that is dedicated to journaling, it really helps. I mean, obviously I can't talk about everything that happened during the week on this one card, but it just kind of gives me some more space to go into a bit more detail. So I think I'm done. Yeah, so I'm putting them back into pockets, and now we're going to look at the spread side by side and just see what the balance is like. And I hum and haw a bunch, but what I do decide is that on the title card, there's that ephemera piece that says happiness, and it's in gold foil. And I don't incorporate any other gold in the layout. So I'm just going through the ephemera pack, which is from On Trend, My Mind's Eye, and pick out this cactus piece or the succulent, I forget now. And the bottom had a bit of gold, so I trimmed that off just so it kind of looks like another piece of a shipping tag. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to keep up with at least one video a week. I do appreciate all my viewers and subscribers, so please like and comment. Thanks so much. Bye.